This video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and while supplies last, if you mention Saffron Olive in your order notes, we'll hook you up with a free Saffron Olive sticker with any Card Kingdom order. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. So this week, we are returning to one of my favorite archetypes in Modern, because now that Faithless Looting and Hogaak are banned, we actually can play some graveyard decks again, and we are playing Abzan Rally, and this deck, it just plays a lot of my favorite cards, and it is really fun. Basically a combo deck looking to stuff our graveyard full of creatures, including a bunch of Blood Artist effects, get them all back, along with a sack outlet, sack our entire board, kill our opponent from 20 out of nowhere. So we're going to do a quick deck tag, walk through the steps of this combo, talk about the deck, and then jump into the gameplay, see how the deck actually works in 2019 Modern. Before we do, a super quick reminder, if you haven't already, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Abzan Rally. So Abzan Rally, it's essentially a combo deck. Our main combo finisher is Rally the Ancestors, which essentially lets us reanimate an entire graveyard full of creatures at instant speed for usually around 4 mana, because almost all of our creatures are only 1 or 2 mana. So we cast it with X equal 2, get back all of our stuff. The downside of Rally is that all those creatures get exiled on your next upkeep. So you can't do this and then have your creatures and attack with them, but that's fine. We're planning on sacrificing all the creatures we get back for value anyway. To go along with Rally the Ancestors, we also have a couple of Return to the Ranks, which is basically a worse version of Rally the Ancestors, but gives us additional copies, because we really need one of these cards to win. Return to the Ranks can get back a few creatures, not our entire graveyard usually, unless it's really late game we got a ton of mana, but it's still a nice value play, a way to get back some of our cards. So the way we finish the game is resolving one of these cards, but to make these cards effective, we first need to stock our graveyard with creatures to get back. So for this, we have a few different options. Stitcher Supplier, really awesome for this deck. Just mills 3, we can sack it to something to mill 3 more. 6 cards in our graveyard for a single mana is a great deal. Satyr Wayfinder usually mills 3 and gets us a land, which is actually kind of nice because 3-color budget mana bases can be clunky, so being able to make sure we hit our land drops, get up enough mana to cast Rail of the Ancestors, really important to the deck. And then we also have a couple of Grizzly Salvages. Downside is they're not creatures, and our deck really wants creatures for our combo. We want to sacrifice them, we want to reanimate them, but still, it gets a bunch of cards in our graveyard, can dig and find whatever creature we have to be missing. So this is kind of step 1 of setting up the Rally the Ancestors combo kill. The next 2 steps are the type of creatures we're trying to get in the graveyard, and the most important of these are our Blood Artists. So we have a massive 10 Blood Artists in our deck, with Cruel Celebrant, Zulaport Cutthroat, Blood Artists. They're all worded slightly differently, but the TLDR is, when one of our creatures die, we ping our opponent for 1. So to win the game with this deck, we're hoping to mill over at least 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 of these cards with our Satyr Wayfinders, with our Stitcher Suppliers, with our Grizzly Salvages, and then when we rally everything back, we're going to have a bunch of Blood Artists on the battlefield, and then to close out the game, we just sacrifice our board. To Carrion Feeder or Viscera Seer, we do need at least one of these, either in our graveyard or on our battlefield, to be able to win the game with our combo, to the point where we pretty much can't cast Rally the Ancestors unless we have a sack outlet, but with 8 of them, we should find them. Again, kind of like our Blood Artists, these cards are different, but on level 1, they do the same thing. They let us sacrifice our creatures, all of our creatures, without spending any mana, so that is the main reason they're deck. Carrion Feeder also works as a beatdown threat. Our backup plan is we can just play a bunch of stuff, sack it to Carrion Feeder, swing in with a huge Carrion Feeder, maybe kill our opponent, but that's kind of a long shot. Viscera Seer lets us scry when we sacrifice, and that's really nice when we get desperate. We sometimes are like staring down lethal on board. We know we have 1 more turn and we're going to die, and we can use Viscera Seer to desperately sacrifice our entire board, try to find our Rally the Ancestors, which we know if we find it, we can cast it, get back everything, drain our opponent out of the game with our Blood Artists. So that basically leaves us with this combo. We are looking to stuff our graveyard with our Satyr Wayfinders, with our Grizzly Salvages, with our Stitcher Suppliers, cast Rally the Ancestors X 2, essentially, get back like 10 creatures from our graveyard. Among them, hopefully like 2, 3, 4 Blood Artist effects, Cruel Celebrants, Zulaport Cutthroats, at least one sacrifice outlet. Then we just sacrifice all of our stuff, drain our opponent out of the game from 20 on the spot, rally the Ancestors, even instant speed to get around counter spells and interaction. So that's the plan. That's what we're doing today. Otherwise in the deck, Eternal Witness, one of way to get back a rally the Ancestors that we mill over to like Stitcher's Supplier. Link of Ring of Souls, also one of, just kind of for graveyard value. Then we have Secure Tribe Elder, which is not ideal for the deck, but I was running into problems with our budget mana base, and not hitting our white sources always to have a rally the Ancestor. We need double white mana. Abzan budget mana is really weird. There's good green-black budget lands. There's good white-back budget lands, but there's not good green-white budget lands. So we're kind of lacking in green-white untapped dual lands. So Secure Tribe Elder, it does work with Blood Artist. We can sacrifice it, get some triggers. It does work with Rally the Ancestors and Return to the Ranks only being 2 mana. So it's fine in the deck, but basically making sure our mana functions. Abrupt Decay, removal spell that can hit most things and deals with like Rest in Peace, which just locks down our deck. Mana base wise, we have some pain lands, some fast lands, Sandsteep Citadel, along with some basic lands. So a pretty functional mana base, although we kind of stretch the mana, needing black and green in the early game, and then hopefully double white on turn 4, which is asking a lot without fetch lands and shock lands. But as far as budget 3-color mana bases go, I think it's pretty reasonable. In the sideboard, we get a bunch more removal options. Tragic Slip with our sack outlets can kill basically anything for 1 mana instant speed. Dark Blast, really cute against some decks. We just kill small things, dredge it back, fill our graveyard, kill another small thing again and again and again. Can keep some decks in check almost by itself. Like Humans, if we get this going on turn 1, we can just kind of shoot down all their creatures. Knight of Autumn gets rid of artifacts and enchantments, or gains its life, or gets big. Remorseful Cleric for graveyard hate. Ashiok, also graveyard hate, and I was losing to like Titan Shift, and I felt like Ashiok, as far as budget options go, when you can't play like Land Hate or Blood Moon or whatever, at least shutting down the tutoring of Scape Shift and Primeval Titan, that is kind of relevant. So it's cheap, and it's graveyard hate, and it's kind of good against some of those weird combo decks as well. Dapping Sphere for like Tron and Storm, any unfair combo deck. Duress for control, also for combo to pick apart the hand. And that is Abzan Rally for Modern, and that's our budget Magic deck for this week. So let's get to the gameplay, see how Abzan Rally works in practice. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with the wrap up. All right, budget Magic time. We are looking to rally the Ancestors, Abzan Rally in Modern, and this hand looks pretty functional. Got some ways to fill the graveyard, got to rally the Ancestors. We'll see what busted thing our opponent's up to. Opponent is on the play, of course, Mishra's Bauble. Cracks Mishra's Bauble. Plays another Mishra's Bauble. Plays a Blood Crypt, untapped. Passes, draws a card. Well, Well, Blooming Marsh, and Stitcher's Supplier. Mill some cards. Pass the turn. 2 lands and a Stitcher's Supplier, so, not great mills. They're fine, but they're not great. We mostly want to be milling creatures. That's goal 1. Opponent, draw an extra cards. Back up to 6. Cycle Street Wraith. Down to 16. It is nice to have the rally in hand, though. Blood Crypt, untapped down to 14. Opponent passes. Well, Conceal Courtyard. Go to combat. I think we're going to attack. Hit our opponent. Pass the turn, Grizzly Salvage. Snow-covered forest for our opponent. Still not low enough to play Death Shadows. Plague Engineer. Gonna name Zombie? Yeah, that's fine. So, dies, we get milled. Secure Tribe Elder, Cutthroat, Eternal Witness. Well, let's go digging. Grizzly Salvage. Let's take Stitcher's Supplier. Wow, with main deck Plague Engineer, that's interesting. Play Concealed Courtyard. Abrupt Decay, the Plague Engineer. Play Stitcher's Supplier. Pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we don't quite have lethal. Opponent, 3 manas. I think maybe we should have led with Carrion Feeder last turn, because then we could sack everything and attack. That might have been a better plan. Kolaghan's Command gets back Plague Engineer. We will discard, I guess Caves of Koilos. Opponent passes. Play Caves of Koilos. Play Satyr Wayfinder. Whiff on a land. Yeah, let's just pass. I mean, if we untap, we win. It's that simple. If we untap with this rally in hand, opponent Bloodstained Mire. We gotta dodge the Thoughtseizes and the Inquisitions, or it could all go wrong. Opponent. Overgrown Tomb, untap, down to 10, Death Shadow range. That's a Death Shadow, sure. Opponent followed up with another Death Shadow. Good golly, okay. Death Shadow, Tarmogoyf. That's fine, and that should be the game. I think we got him. Opponent passes. They're only at 10. Rally the Ancestors. We are going to cast to X2. We will get back many, many things. And, kill ya? Kill ya? Yup. Triggers on the stack, doesn't matter. We will sacrifice an opponent scoops it up. And that is the power. Taking down Death Shadow in game 1 here. Grinding him out from the graveyard. Well, Tragic Slip's definitely in. Seems like one of our best cards. Probably not an Ashiok matchup. Dark Blast doesn't seem super helpful. Duress, meh. I think we mostly just want the Tragic Slips. I think that's our main plan. Do we want ways to fight Graveyard Hate? They probably have, what, Surgicals? I guess they could have Leyline of the Void, although that seems a little less likely. Let's trim a Grizzly Salvage. Trim a Blood Artist. Actually, trim a Zulaport Cutthroat. Try it like that. Okay, up a game. Only got to win one of these two. We did get a little lucky to dodge the Thoughtseizes, but ew. Alright, Basic Plains is our only land. Not going to get the job done, so we got to ship that. Well, this will keep. Land of War Waste to the bottom. We're going to need some help. We're going to need some graveyard stocking help to get this hand going. We got 2 rallies, but we don't have any ways to get cards in our graveyard yet. Opponent, Cracks Catacombs. Blood Crypt. Untapped. 17. And Thoughtseize is us. Sure. Takes a rally. Blooming Marsh, go. Wayfinder's not bad. That is a way we can get cards in the graveyard. Although if our opponent has more Thoughtseizes, that's a little concerning. Cycle Street Wraith. Opponent's going to be to Death Shadow range pretty quick by the looks. Peatland. Death Shadow. Opponent passes. Well, play a Blooming Marsh. Play a Saner Wayfinder. Get a Caves of Koilos. Alright, pass the turn. Another Rally Milled. If our opponent can hit this Rally of the Ancestors, things are pretty sketchy. Opponent untaps. Snow-covered forest. Combat. Yeah, it's in. Sure, we will take 1. Ooh, Kolaghan's Command. We'll discard Caves of Koilos. Street Wraith grows the Death Shadow. Oh my goodness, another Street Wraith. Oh my god, they chained them all together. Holy! Down to 12. That was unexpected. Play the Plains. Play Cruel Celebrant. And let the great chump blocking begin. See if it's enough. If they can trample and double strike with Temur Battle Rage, we're dead. Dead and a half. Verdant Catacombs. Opponent, combat. Attacks. Well, we will block. Yeah, block and block. Are we dead? We're dead. Sure. Fair enough. Well, that was interesting. Triples Street Wraith is pretty impressive, I guess. Gets around our chump blocking, gets around our desire to live and everything else. All right, run it back. Yeah, we'll keep it. This is another hand where we're missing our graveyard stocking. But if we can get our graveyard filled, we got Rally, we got some Blood Artists. Tragic Slip would be especially helpful if we could draw a Sacrifice Outlet to turn it on. Morbid. Opponent, back to the Street Race. Opponent's really good at drawing Street Race, apparently. Thoughtseize, of course. Takes Rally of the Ancestors, of course. Ugh. We even drew some ways to fill our graveyard, but... alright, we will play Cruel Celebrant. Pass the turn. Nurturing Peatland for our opponent. And Manamorphose. Why not? Yeah, our opponent's kind of playing like a 50-card deck here. Tarmogoyf. Opponent passes. Well, play Caves of Koilos. Play Blood Artist. Play Stitcher's Supplier. Mill ourselves. Pass the turn. Opponent. Thoughtseize. Takes Tragic Slip. And Thoughtseize. Take Satyr Wayfinder. Well, let's draw some action. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 13. We untap. Well, that's fine. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent down to 8. Satyr Wayfinder. Citadel. Play it. We mill another rally. Well, rally off the top wins us the game. Return to the ranks wins us the game. We have a lot of cards that would win us the game if we draw them. Opponent running it all out. Running every bit of it out. Well, let's see what we draw. That's the question. Opponent passes. Rally, return to the ranks. Oh, it's return to the ranks. Got him. I think we got him. Return to the ranks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap them all. Get them all back. And good try to shadow. You've been rallied. Whoo! Got him. Got him. And that's what the deck can do. It is so explosive. And in a world where everyone's not playing 6 or 8 graveyard hate spells, it can do some sweet things. I mean, it blocks all day, combo kills out of nowhere, all on a budget. And yeah, that's a rally. That is the rally. Whoo! All right, sweet. All right, budget magic time. We are looking to rally our way through Modern. Abzan Rally the Ancestors, and this hand's fine. Seachrome Coast. Ew. Alright. So, humans or spirits, I would guess. This should be interesting. Well, let's Conceal Courtyard. And Visira's here. Pass the turn. Opponent. Taking up the vial. I think I'm more scared of spirits, since we don't have that many ways to block, or really any ways to block flyers. Humans, I feel like we can do a lot of chumping to stay alive. Definitely looking spirity. Unsettled Mariner. Opponent. Passes. That's an issue, I would say. Let's Blooming Marsh. Run out Cruel Celebrant. I guess, actually, one of the upsides of Cruel Celebrant and Zulaport Cutthroat is they don't target. So, Unsettled Mariner is less good in that world. Opponent. Taking up the vial to 2. Definitely looks like Mant Spirits. Definitely worried about the fast flying clock. We'll see. Probably going to need to stock our graveyard and get a big rally at some point. That seems like probably our best way to beat the spirits. Not caring about Unsettled Mariner is nice, though. Opponent, combat. Gets in. We could double block. There could be a Lord, though. We'll just take it. Down to 18. If we're going to chump, we'd rather chump with, like, Stitcher's Supplier. Ooh, Stitcher's Supplier. So, alright, play Stitcher's Supplier. Opponent. Gonna get quelled. Spell Queller. Boo. Let's Caves of Koilos. Zulaport Cutthroat. Pass the turn. Opponent vials in. Selfless Spirit. Ugh. They're stacking up layers of protection. Vial. Up to 3. Tap land. Oh, this is a fast clock. Opponent. Sax Horizon Canopy. Noble Hierarch. Sure. Well, opponent. Combat. Attacks. So we drop to 14. We have maybe 2 turns to set this up. Concealed Courtyard's not super helpful, but we will Stitcher Supplier. Mill some cards. We need good milling. Well, sort of good milling. Sandsteep Citadel. Pass the turn. So I think we have to... Yikes. I think we have to sacrifice our entire board to try to find Rally. I'm not sure we have another line. If we wait another turn, Spectral Sailor, okay. I mean, we might be able to wait one more turn. We'll see. Another Noble Hierarch. Opponent. Thinking it over. Gets in for a bunch. All right, so we will definitely block and sack to scry. Drain, mill. And then scry. Maybe we can wait one more turn. So we mill ourselves. All right, another Blood Artist effect. Up to 16, scry. Oh my god, that's Rally. Okay. Huh. This might mean we win, actually, surprisingly. Opponent passes. We draw Rally. So let's think about this. Sack, drain for 2. Sack, drain for 1. Rally everything back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think they can stop it. Converted mana cost, yeah. I mean, I think we're going for it. So we sacrifice, we play Caves of Koilos. We sacrifice Zulaport Cutthroat. Drain our opponent, drain our opponent. Oh my goodness, I think we got there. The rally on the top. Drain. Scry. And Viscera, sure. Sacrifice Cruel Celebrant. Drain our opponent. Scry. Sure, keep it on top. Rally the Ancestors. X3. Get them all back. Eternal Witness, can get Abrupt Decay, mill ourselves. None of this really matters, though, because we get to Carrion Feeder, sacrifice Eternal Witness, get a bunch of triggers, and this does it, combo kill. Carrion Feeder, sacrifice Satyr Wayfinder, get a bunch of triggers. Carrion Feeder, sacrifice Stitcher Supplier, get a bunch of triggers. Carrion Feeder, sacrifice Viscera Seer, get a bunch of triggers. Carrion Feeder, Cruel Celebrant, triggers. Sacrifice Zulaport Cutthroat, triggers. Cruel Celebrant, triggers. And, yeah, now we, pass the turn. Do some things. Drain them out, and that's the rally way. Whoo, that was lovely. That was lovely. And that's what this deck can do. Whoo. When it comes together, this deck actually feels sweet. Let's bring in Dark Blast, bring in 2 Tragic Slips, and probably a Knight of Autumn. We can't really afford to get got by Graveyard Hate and not be prepared. We'll go down a Secure Tribe Elder. We'll go down 2 Blood Artisans. Those actually target, and that's not good with Unsettled Mariner. Go down Return to the Ranks, and last but not least, I guess 1 Grizzly Salvage. Run it like that. See if we can keep the streak alive. Ooh. I like this ad. Double Satyr Wayfinder and Rally the Ancestors. I mean, our opponent probably has more counters and stuff now in game 2, but still, this looks like a decent start. Land and Viscera Seer. Go. We will have to be aware of random counter stuff. That like Mausoleum Wanderer that can interact with our Rally the Ancestors in an annoying way, but opponent Flooded Strand, cracks Flooded Strand. I mean, without any disruption, this could be a pretty fast win, depending on how we mill. Opponent Supreme Phantom, Lord number 1, sure. Opponent passes. Well, Llanowar, run out Satyr Wayfinder, take a Blooming Marsh, and not great milling. Pass the turn. Opponent Island. Actually, we probably should have taken Caves of Koilos, I think. Deputy of Detention. Going after Viscera Seer. Well, let's sack and scry. Sack Viscera Seer. Yeah, I think we should have taken Caves instead. Zulaport Cutthroat. Yeah, I think we can keep that. Opponent gets in. Hits us to 18. Well, we will Satyr Wayfinder. Mill some cards. Ew, mill all of our cards. Sandsteep Citadel. We need our double white mana. That's why we should have taken the Caves. Pass the turn. Well, we'll see what our opponent has. We could be 2 turns away from winning. Opponent gets it. Well, we'll take it. Down to 15. Untap. And we drew Caves anyway. Caves of Koilos. We will play... let's see. Play Zulaport Cutthroat. Ooh, Collected Company. Ooh, that's scary. What does our opponent find? Supreme Phantom, Mausoleum Wanderer. Oh. Yeah, that Mausoleum Wanderer is a big issue. And then Cruel Celebrant. Go attacking. Yeah, this Mausoleum Wanderer, really good counter to our Rally the Ancestors. Get in, hit our opponent to 16. And our opponent has a pretty ridiculous clock in the air. Getting in for 7 at least. And maybe more. Noble Hierarch. Opponent gets in with the Flyers. How do we get out from under this? Down to 7. Untap. Caves of Koilos. I'll play Blooming Marsh. Pass the turn. I guess we're going to have to rally to try to get our opponent to sack Mausoleum Wanderer. Flooded Strand. Combat. Well, we got to go for it. Rally the Ancestors. And Spell Queller. Yep. What was our next card? Visira's here. Yeah. Mausoleum Wander's pretty good. Alright. We could have played around Spell Queller. I don't know if it matters. I guess since we had so many lands in hand, we probably should have. We probably should have played a land and just cast a Rally X3, so it'd be 5 CMC. That might have been the right way to go. We're on the play here for game 3, which is nice. Ugh. No action. We're going to mulligan that. Okay, I guess this will keep. We will put... How do we want to do this? Llanowar Waste to the bottom. Sandsteep Citadel, go. Lingering Souls gives us potentially some chump blockers to buy time at least. Botanical Sanctum. And Ether Vial. Opponent, passing. Well, play Caves of Koilos. Play Sakura Tribe Elder. Pass the turn. Opponent, taking up the Vial. Windswept Teeth. Cracks it. Yeah, it still feels like a tricky matchup. Hollowed Fountain. So the question is, do we sack Sakura Tribe Elder? I think we're going to. We could get a Cutthroat trigger if we wait, but there's Supreme Phantom. So opponents got the clock going. Well, crack Sakura Tribe Elder. Grab a Plains, I guess. Untap. Now we draw Tragic Slip. Well, let's Lingering Souls. Pass the turn. Opponent vials in a Noble Hierarch. Well, we can buy ourselves a bit of time. Our graveyard's still not very full, though, so we're not that close to winning with Rally at the moment. Opponent, combat, attacks. Well, I guess we take 2 for now. Down to 18. Opponent passes. Let's play Visira's here. Opponent, Spell Quellers. Alright. Lingering Souls. Oh, no, they have... Okay, Unsettled Mariner. Okay. Well, we get our Lingering Souls. Pass the turn. All right, spirits, you gotta hold down the fort. Keep us alive for a bit. Opponent untaps. Ether Vial. So going up to 3. It is. Flooded Strand. Opponent cracks it. 4 mana, that's where Coco becomes a thing. Yeah. Well, these spirits are keeping us a little stable. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Well, we will take 4. Down to 13. Opponent passes. This Plains is awkward, isn't it? Well, I think we have to pass the turn. Do we have a Collected Company? We do. Well, let's Abrupt Decay Spell Queller. Pay for Unsettled Mariner. Hope there's not another Spell Queller coming in with Vial. Oh no, really? Oh. Well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got us now. That is not something we could afford. Mausoleum Wander. Oh, God almighty. Yeah. Well, Spirit seems like a tricky matchup. We got a game off of them, but boy, do they just incidentally have a lot of answers for what we're trying to do. And a clock that we can't block. The normal plan of this deck is to leverage our ability to chump block extremely well as our main form of defense, but that plan does not work nearly as well against spirits. Since they all fly. Alright. Fair enough. Alright, budget magic time. We are looking to rally the ancestors in Modern, and this hand actually looks pretty decent. We have 2 rallies. We have a Grizzly Salvage to fill our graveyard, and a Visira Seer for sacking. Could work. It could. Forest for our opponent. And, oh, it's a Karn deck. Alright, this should be interesting. Liquid Metal Coating. Well, Blooming Marsh, play a... Yeah, go to combat, attack. I'm actually a little nervous about this. Hit our opponent down to 19 past the turn. Karn can usually get graveyard hate from the sideboard, and Liquid Metal Coating can blow up all of our lands. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm a little scared, though. Liquid Metal Coating on our Blooming Marsh. And Pillage. Well, let's Grizzly Salvage. Take Llanowar Waste. Mill a bunch of cards. Untap. Alright. Llanowar Waste. Play Blood Artist. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Down to 18 past the turn. Arborel for our opponent. Wooded Foothills. And passes. Visira Seer. Well, go to combat. Get in with Vizier. Hit our opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is close. Opponent takes it. Down to 17. Well, we will play Vizier. Sandseep Citadel. Pass the turn. Let's see what our opponent's got. We're actually pretty close to winning this game. Opponent drops to 16. Gets a Forest. Beast Within on our Blood Artist. Sure. Drain our opponent to 15. That's fine. That's fine. Opponent untaps. I mean, as long as there's not graveyard hate, I think this rally wins us the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. I think there's a decent chance that this rally's lethal. Opponent's only at 15. What you got, opponent? What you got? We do need one more land. We need 4 lands to get the rally going. And something like Karn for Tormod's Crypt would fizzle the plan. Opponent. Liquid Metal Coating Part 2. Sure. And a land. And passes. Oh, I think we got it. I think we got it. Upkeep. Caves of Koilos. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Opponent takes it. Down to 10. All right, so we'll pass. We can rally at any time. Opponent untaps. Arbor Elf. That doesn't ruin things. Out of cards. Game. That's game. All right, we got him. Float our mana. Rally the Ancestors X2. Get back our board. And then we just sack Sakura Tribe Elder. Ping, ping, ping. And opponent scoops it up and taking down Liquid Metal Panza. And that is what Rally can do. All right, opponent's trying to Panza us. How do we fight Panza? And I think the answer is Dark Blast, Tragic Slip, Night of Autumn. Do we want Duress? Do we even care about Duress? We can go down to Lingering Souls. We can go down maybe like Zulaport Cutthroat, to have 8 Blood Artists. Maybe 1 Grizzly Salvage. Maybe we go 1 Tragic Slip. And, what's our last cut? I don't really want to cut Sakura Tribe Elder. 8 Blood Artists, 8 Sack Outlets, 4 removal spells. Let's go down 1 Grizzly Salvage. Run it like that. We could also bring in the Duresses, but I'm not sure we got enough room. I mean, that went really well in game number 1. The deck is pretty powerful when we can dodge the Graveyard Hate. And we dodged the Karn to find the Graveyard Hate, most importantly. That would have ruined our day. Oh. This hand has a lot of action, but no lands. Doesn't seem great again. Oh, no. Oh, no. Magic Gods. All right. Well. Okay. Awkward. 2 0-landers in a row. And this hand doesn't have much except maybe a rally eventually. Little scary, little frightening. Not exactly what we want to rally into, but Forest, Arbor Elf. Well, good news is we can kill Arbor Elf. Cruel Celebrant. Well, Tragic Slip you. Pass the turn. Opponent. Mountain. Passes. Well, Caves of Koilos. Cruel Celebrant. Go. Gonna need some ways to get cards in our graveyard, I think. Opponent. Alright. Abrade's Cruel Celebrant down to 19. Forest. And we will scoop it up. Yes. This is a concern. Being a budget deck, beating Blood Moon is not super practical. Ugh. That's one of the costs of being a budget deck, is you just kind of accept that you're going to lose to Blood Moon a lot of the time. So maybe we have to bring in Duresses. Maybe we have to cut like 1 Return to the Ranks. 1 more... how do we do this? An Eternal Witness and maybe like a Carrion Feeder? Yeah, Blood Moon's a concern. Because the way you can beat Blood Moon in non-budget decks is fetching out basics. We don't really get that option. Alright, we'll keep. Not super thrilled about this hand. Definitely does not beat a Blood Moon, but we'll just lead on Vizier go. Opponent, untaps. Forest, and Utopia Sprawl, getting the ramp going. Well, we might just be dead here. No Blood Moons, please. Sandsteep Citadel and Carrion Feeder. Go to combat. Get in. 4-1. Hit ya. Pass the turn. Opponent. Do you have Blood Moon? Land. And, alright. Are we dodging Blood Moon? Oh dear. Opponent cracks. Forest. Another Utopia Sprawl. And passes. Well, go to combat. Do some attacking. Hit our opponent for 2. Opponent's going to beast within a land. Well, green, black, Grizzly Salvage. Take a Plains. We lose a land. Sandsteep Citadel. Go. Opponent might be sending up for a sweeper here. Kessig Wolf Run. 5 mana. And what you got, Panza? Leave our lands alone, please. Karn. Okay. Karn tutors for what? Graveyard hate, maybe? Tormod's Crypt. Alright, gonna shut down the graveyard. Opponent passes. We untap. Opponent's thinking if they need to Tormod's Crypt here. Our graveyard's not that good. We got 2 Blood Artists, but that's it. Alright, play the Plains. Play Night of Autumn. Destroy Utopia Sprawl. Go to combat. Kill card. Hit our opponent. Hit our opponent. Trying to keep our opponent away from being able to cast a Inferno Titan or something. Opponent untaps at 14. What do you got, opponent? Man, maybe we can get the fair beatdown. Relic, so even more graveyard hate. Cashes in Relic, draws a card. And another Utopia Sprawl. On red. Opponent passes. Well, untap. Rally, so we will Night of Autumn. Blow up Utopia Sprawl. Go to combat. Hit our opponent for a bunch. Down to 7. This is it. Opponent needs something impactful or we get the fairest of fairwinds. What do you got, opponent? Keeping him off double red. There's no Anger of the Gods. There's no Inferno Titan. Can't Karn up a lock piece. We might be getting there. With the fairest of fair. With the graveyard being hated out. Still getting the job done. That is impressive. When your main plan gets shut down and your deck still has the ability to fight through and get it done. That is impressive. An opponent said they're sitting on Angers but can't cast them. The Night of Autumn's taking down Utopia Sprawls, coming through. An opponent scoops it up, and that's how you rally. Well, that's how you not rally, but still win with rally, technically. We'll take it. It's a good time to be grinding out graveyard value, apparently. Sweet. All right, budget magic time. We are playing some Abzan Rally. Looking to get back a board full of dorks with Rally the Ancestors in Modern. And waiting for opponent to make their choices. Yeah, all right. This hand's weird. Both of our Sakura Tribe Elders is a bit awkward, but okay. We'll give it a go. Opponent, Forest, and Pelt Collector, some sort of mono-green aggro. Well, Concealed Courtyard. I do like this Rally the Ancestors draw. Play a Stitcher Supplier. Mill ourselves. Blood Artist Satyr Wayfinder. Alright, not bad. The Trample on Pelt Collector is a bit worrisome. Forest for our opponent. And Pelt Collector number 2. And, passes? Okay, that's not bad. Well, play Blooming Marsh. Run out a Sakura Tribe Elder. Okay. I'm kind of liking where we're at now. I mean, I guess we attack with Stitcher Supplier. Get in those damages. Opponent takes it. Down to 19. So we have 1 Blood Artist at the moment. Opponent cycles Tranquil Thicket. Sure. That seems like a nice addition to Mono Green Stompy. Opponent, Treetop Village. And the Strangleroot Geist. So here comes the dorks. Yup. Opponent grows the Pelt Collectors. Goes attacking. So we'll block here, sack Sakura Tribe Elder, get a Plains. So now we have double white. Opponent hits us down to 16 and passes. Caves of Koilos. Well, play Llanowar Waste. Play Sakura Tribe Elder. Play Zulaport Cutthroat. Pass the turn. Okay, we got a plan. We'll see if the plan works, but we have one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 creatures right now. The biggest thing we're missing is a sack outlet. We really need to draw or mill a sack outlet with this Stitcher Supplier. Opponent, Waterlog Grove. Another nice new addition for smoothing out the mana issues. Experiment 1, 1 card in hand. What is it? Something big and bad. Avatar of the Resolute. Yeah, it's big or bad. Okay, grows the dorks, grows the dorks. Well, that is a big board. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Well, we will block, block, block. Actually, do we even want to kill Strangleroot? I think we don't. Yeah, we don't want to kill Strangleroot. Block with everything. Sack Secure Tribe Elder. Drain our opponent for 1. Get a land out of our deck. It doesn't really matter. We'll take a forest, I guess. All right, these are huge mills. So stuff dies. Drain our opponent to 16, gain a bit of life. And mill a sack outlet. Oh, no sack outlet at all. All right. Well, let's draw a sack outlet. We'll play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 19. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, get back 4 creatures. That was a decent draw. Return to the ranks. Get back a bunch of dorks. Mill a bunch more cards. And while this doesn't win this turn, it hopefully lets us survive. There's Viscera Seer. We'll take a Caves of Koilos, I guess. All right, pass the turn. So it doesn't let us win this turn, but it should let us survive this turn and then win next turn. That's idea anyway. Block everything. Everything dies. Then we have our sack outlets, get everything back, and then Rally should finish it. So we gotta dodge, like, Aspect of the Hydra or some other, like, spell that is lethal this turn. And then we have the win next turn, almost guaranteed. Opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, just an experiment 1, so we should be good. Mass chump. Yeah, opponent fires up treetop, that's fine. We chump as much as we can. Opponent, big attack, everything coming. So we will block 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, that actually doesn't work. 1, 2, yes, double block there and block there. So do a bunch of blocking. Take a bunch of damage, but then we gain back a bunch of life. But none of this really matters because we got our Rally in hand, and Rally is just lethal. Stack up our triggers. We actually get a lot of triggers just from this. We don't need much. We actually, yeah, we could probably win without the sack outlet at this point, thanks to that return to the ranks. So do a bunch of draining, gain back a bunch of life. Yep, drain. Do some milling. Back up to 18. Whew. Another Blood Artist, too. Untap. And I think that's just game. That's definitely just game. Caves of Koilos. Rally the Ancestors. Get back all of our dorks. And, yep, sacrifice. Do some draining. Ping our opponent. An opponent scoops it up. And that's what Rally can do. That is the power. I mean, opponent had a decent start, but we were able to just chump, and it got us there eventually. Tragic Slippin', Dark Blastin', Night of Autumn. I don't know about Night of Autumn. So Tragic Slip, Dark Blastin' to have more removal. Going down, probably like Lingering Souls, 1 Secure Tribe Elder, and 1 Grizzly Salvage. Run it like that. Dark Blast seems insane. Like, Dark Blast seems like it just mows down a decent chunk of our opponent's board. That might be something that just swings the game all by itself if we hit it. It's just a 1-up, but if we find it, look out. Well, okay. We'll give this a go. We're gonna need another white source, but if we hit it, things seem good. Opponent. Pellet Collector. Sure. Whew, Rally. Well, let's Stitcher Supplier. Start the millioning. Ooh, that's 2 white sources. Okay. Opponent. Tap land. And Dryad Militant. Growing Pellet Collector. Sure. Opponent gets in. 4-2. Down to 17. Yup. Opponent passes. More green mana. Well, play the Plains. I think we have to play Viscera Seer to be able to possibly, like, chump sack Scry. I guess we can use Eternal Witness to get back a white source. It's slow and a bit painful since we have all these pain lands, but it would technically do it. Barkhide Troll. Alright, Pellet Collector keeps on growing. Combat. Attacks. Now let's block with Stitcher Supplier. Sack it to Scry. Mill some cards. Ooh. 1 creature. Oh, our Dark Blast in a Rally. Green mana. Huh. I think we just go bottom. Green mana to the bottom. Take 0. Stay at 16. Which is good because we're going to lose a lot of life next turn. Opponent passes. Satyr Wayfinder. It's risky, but I think it's worth it. Satyr Wayfinder. Find us our white source. Oh, alright. Finds a white source. Play Caves of Koilos. Pass the turn. Do we have the win next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with 1, 2, only 2 Blood Artists. Alright. Well, we'll see. Pass the turn. I guess we might be able to return to the ranks first and then rally, like do it over the course of 2 turns. That might be our smartest play. Ooh. We could even Zulaport Cutthroat. 1, 2, 3. Get back 3 creatures for blocking and sacking purposes. That's probably the play for next turn. And that gets another Blood Artist effect on the battlefield for rally. Well, as long as we dodge Graveyard Hate, I like where we're at. Opponent. Swings. Swings. Yeah, let's take 6. Down to 9. Come on, no Graveyard Hate, please. Scavenging Ooze. Oh, thankfully it's... Oh, and a Tragic Slip. Okay. So, we gotta make sure we don't die. What happens if we rally? We rally the Ancestors. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 2 Blood Artists. But the way we have to sack leaves us just short. So I think what we do is play Land of Moorways. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We can get back 3 creatures. I think we'll go Cruel Celebrant, Zulaport Cutthroat, Stitcher Supplier. So get back 3 creatures. Drop to 8. Mill ourselves. Viscera Seer. Sack Satyr Wayfinder. Drain, Scry. Satyr Wayfinder. Sure, that can stay on top. Tragic Slip. Get rid of Scavenging Ooze. And pass the turn. Well, our opponent needs non-Scavenging Ooze Graveyard Hate, I think. We should be able to chump, sack, untap, rally, and then we have lethal and a half. Pelt Collector. Okay, that's fine. That's not Graveyard Hate. Opponent combat. Attacks. Attacks. Well, we will block and block. Oh, come on. No Graveyard Hate. No Graveyard Hate. Sacrifice Stitcher Supplier. Gain a bit of life. Do a bit of draining. Mill ourselves. Scry. Concealed Courtyard. Bottom. And then sack Cruel Celebrant. Drain. Well, the question is, does our opponent have like a Tormod script or something? Satyr Wayfinder. Bottom. What you got, opponent? What you got? Okay, life goes on. Up to 17. We can deal more than 17 here, I'm pretty confident. So, we get to sack Zulaport Cutthroat. Drain our opponent. Scry. Planes. Doesn't even matter. Rally the Ancestors. Get them all back. And all is a lot in this scenario. Get a bunch of triggers. Get a bunch of triggers. And now we do the sacking. So, sacrifice Stitcher Supplier. We have 4 Blood Artists at the moment. Drain our opponent. And that is very, very lethal. Sacrifice Satyr Wayfinder. Stack up the triggers. Drain our opponent. Sacrifice Satyr Wayfinder. Stack up the triggers. Drain our opponent. Oh, that was beautiful. And turn 5. That's not super fast, but it's pretty consistent. Opponent's at 5, going to 4. 1 more sack should do it. Our opponent scoops it up, and Monograde Stompy. Not stomping through Rally the Ancestors. And, alright. Well, I feel like the deck's in a decent place. The Graveyard Hate has definitely gone down a lot from where it was back during the Faithless Looting days, and this is a deck that can kind of capitalize on it. We will take it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, budget magic time. We are playing some Abzan Rally, and we'll keep this. We have Grizzly Salvage to stock our graveyard. We don't have Rally, but we have our backup in Return to the Ranks, so even though it's not quite as I-win explosive, can still be very strong. Yeah, I think we just gotta lead on the tap land, unfortunately. I think we're looking at tap land into Grizzly Salvage, into multiple creatures, into Return to the Ranks. That's what we're looking like, depending on what our opponent does. Temple Garden for our opponent, untapped, and Birds of Paradise, sure. Opponent passes. Well, I don't see any reason to change our plan yet. Blood Artist. So play Concealed Courtyard. Pass the turn. Same plan as before. Fill the graveyard. Try to get this return to the rank setup. I think that's better than just running out a Blood Artist here on an empty board. Hey, I'll see what our opponent's doing. Birds of Paradise off Temple Garden does make you think something fair, but it could also be like Soul Herder or something. Opponent. Tap land. And, whoa. Alright, opponent's doing something very fair. Some sort of Selesnya life gain deck? Yeah, we'll just mill everything. Take Blooming Marsh. We don't mind stuff in the graveyard because we're planning on getting it all back anyway. Well, we have actually up to 3 Blood Artists at this point. Opponent, passing. Well, Blooming Marsh, run out Carrion Feeder. Run out, yeah, Blood Artist, I guess. Pass the turn. Well, next turn should be decent. We should have a pretty nice board after next turn. We do want to make sure this doesn't flip. This flipping would be bad. Opponent, combat. It's in. Yep. Well, we're going to take it this turn. Oh, no. Is this some sort of janky pump spell? It is. Yeah, well, that is a flip Lone Rider. So opponent has 4/4 trample lifelink. That's actually really big against our deck. So play a Plains. Play, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So play Zulaport Cutthroat. Return to the ranks. Get back everything. Pass the turn. Ugh, yeah, that's rough. The trample on this is actually a problem. Otherwise, we'd be able to chump it for days, but since it has trample, that plan is offline. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, man. Okay, well, I think we're getting janked out by Lone Rider. Oh, that's unfortunate. So I think what we need is to top deck. We need to top deck Rally the Ancestors, and we have like a turn to maybe do it before our opponent just gains so much life that it's not practical. We're going to crack Sakura Tribe Elder, drain our opponent, drain our opponent. They flip another. Wow, what a weird but effective draw for our opponent. Good God. All right, drain, drain, drain. Get a land. Well, come on, Rally the Ancestors. Off the top, please. Cutthroat. Well, play Cutthroat. Play Carrion Feeder. Play Llanowar Waste. Go to combat. Attack. Wow, opponent's going to take it? Oh, blocks with Fleece Mane. Well, we will sack Carrion Feeder. Get a bunch of Blood Artist triggers. Sack Carrion Feeder. Get a bunch of Blood Artist triggers. 14, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. All right, so we can't quite win. Sack. Actually, sack Zulaport Cutthroat. Get a bunch of triggers. Man, we are just short of actually just winning this game. Wow, I guess that shows the explosiveness of this deck that we were that close to just winning. Yeah, if we had one additional like sack outlet, I think we'd have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because we'd have to. The problem is we have to. Yeah. Opponent goes attacking with both. Well, we'll take it. I mean, we're still a rally away from winning, or even return to the ranks maybe at this point. Stitcher's Supplier. Well, play Stitcher's Supplier. Mill some cards. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent's just gaining so much life. These Lone Riders, I don't think I've ever seen Lone Rider be good before, but they've been insane for our opponent this match, or this game. I mean, our deck is doing its thing too. The life gain is just keeping our opponent out of the danger zone. Opponent? Really? Opponent's going to gain 4 life and get rid of our... Alright, well, I mean, basically, we're hoping to draw a rally before our opponent kills us. If we do, I think we easily win the game, because we have a lot of damage. Opponent. Brimaz. Okay. Sure. And more birds. Well, come on, Rally. Come on, Rally. Opponent. Gets in for a bunch. Gains a bunch. We take it. Down to 16. Rally. Rally. Blood Artist. Well, run out Blood Artist. Pass the turn. Opponent can also start activating their township. Goes to combat. Attacks. Makes a dork. Well, let's block with Stitcher's Supplier. Oh, we're running short on time. Here comes the township activation. Well, this would be the turn. Grows the dorks. We drop to 6 momentarily. We mill. We ping, we ping, we ping. We drain. All that good stuff. Oh, we milled a rally. Come on, deck. One time. One time rally. Viscera Seer. All right. Does this let us... This might let us stay alive. Play Viscera Seer. Okay. So this should let us stay alive for a turn. We sacrifice everything and hope that with 5 scries we hit rally. That is a game plan. We're going to take a lot, but... Uh-oh. A Johnny. Sure. That's fine. Basically just like a Gavany Township activation. Opponent combat. Attacks. Makes a dork. So we block, block, block. Yeah, I guess that's it. Block, block, block. So we're taking 14, but we're gaining... All right, we're gaining enough to live. So block, block, block. Vizier. Sacks Cruel Celebrant. Get a bunch of triggers. Scry. We're basically just scrying for rally. We got to scry into rally. That is all that matters. Up to 12. Carrion Feeder bottom. Vizier. Sack Blood Artist. 3 triggers. So we're going to go to like 3 life or something, but that's fine. Rally. We need a rally. Llanowar Waste to the bottom. Vizier. Sack Cutthroat. Ping. Rally. Wayfinder bottom. Vizier. Sack Blood Artist. Ping. Scry. Caves of Koilos. We're running out of scries. All right. Sack Vizier. Rally? That's all right. Well, we get the blind draw off the top of our deck. Is it Rally the Ancestors? That is the one and only question. We put a lot of non-rallies to the bottom. Nope. All right. Well, can't do much more than that. We dug as far as we could, and we just could not find... Wow, that's a bad string of lands. Just could not find the rally, no matter how hard we tried. So, Dark Blast in. Tragic Slip in. Probably got to bring in Night of Autumn, just to blow up like a Rest in Peace or something. Going down, how do we cut this? We'll go down 2 Blood Artists, so we'll have 8 Blood Artist effects. Actually, let's go down 2 Zulaport Cutthroats. Go down the Lingering Souls. Go down 1 Return to the Ranks, and 1 Carrion Feeder. Run it like that. Alright, well, opponent had a pretty crazy start with those Lone Riders. We get to play first. And we will keep this just because Dark Blast seems absurd. We need more lands. Yeah, I guess actually, do we want to... Yeah, let's just Stitcher Supplier. Stitcher Supplier, mill, a land, and 2 non-lands. All right. We definitely need lands to get to these Rally the Ancestors. Dark Blast should be great. Temple Garden. It seems like it just snipes our opponent's team. Opponent passes. That is a land. All right. In that case, we will run out Sakura Tribe Elder. Go to combat. Well, that worked out perfectly. Get in with Stitcher Supplier. Now we're only 1 land away from being able to rally. We still need more pieces to win, but if we, like, I guess we could start Dark Blasting our own. We could start Dark Blasting our own creatures, our Stitcher Suppliers, if we needed to. Still need 1 more white source. Opponent passes. Abrupt Decay. Well, we will Dark Blast Lone Rider. Stitcher Supplier. Mill some cards. Go to combat. We milled 2 white sources. Get in with Stitcher Supplier. Hit our opponent. Down 2. 18. We're spending a lot of life, too, with these pain lands. Rugged Prairie for our opponent. And Gruel Spellbreaker. Yep. As a 4/4. Opponent passes. Let's just draw. See if we can hit a white source. Night of Autumn. Well, yikes. Kill the Spellbreaker. Go to combat. Attack. Stitcher Supplier beatdowns here. Boy, we need 1 land. 1 land. Opponent. Gavany Township. Runs out. A Bloodbraid Elf cascades into Birds of Paradise. Okay. Opponent gets in. Hits us to 11. Yeah, we have taken a lot of damage off these Llanowar Wastes. No dredge. No. Run out. Night of Autumn. Gain some life. Pass the turn. Oh my goodness, what we would give for 1 more white source. Opponent. Jungle Shrine. Everyone's playing Tri-lands today. And Spellbreaker with the counter. Opponent passes. Ooh, Birds of Paradise. Sure. Land. No dredge. We need a land. Carrion Feeder. Well, play Carrion Feeder. Play Blood Artist. Down to 12. Pass the turn. Well, so we can start like sacking, and man, if we just hit a white source, this hand goes so nuts. We're gonna have a lot of cards in our graveyard. This township is a concern. It's gonna start growing the Spellbreaker, and that's going to kill us at some point in the not super distant future. Opponent attacks. Well, we will block. Sack Stitcher Supplier. Gain a life. Mill ourselves. Please not all of our white mana. All right, a green source. We are on a kind of short clock to hit this white source, especially with a lot of our mana being these pain lands. About it. Knight of Autumn. Yup. As a 4/3. White source? No dredge. Oh my goodness, alright. Oh my god, that's so painful. Down to 6. Grizzly Salvage. Take Sandseep Citadel. Play. Do we live? That's the question. If we live this turn, Rally wins us the game next turn. That is the one and only question. I think thanks to Blood Artist we do. Unless our opponent has like a bolt or something, then we don't. Opponent. Attacks, attacks, attacks. Well, we will block and block. I mean, our opponent could also have Graveyard Hate, and that would be really bad. Otherwise, I think we just get the combo kill next turn. Opponent. Oh, is this? 5/9. We're at 6. They can also Township. Well, Carrion Feeder, sack Knight of Autumn. Yeah, I think this just kills us. Oh, man. Our second white source came too late, and this is a game that you can attribute this to our budget mana, in all sincerity. That's one of the downsides. Like, you can make a functional Abzan mana base on a budget, but you saw in this game, we took probably 10 damage from Llanowar Waste, and why aren't we gaining life? Oh, they have hexproof anyway. All right, yep. Well, yeah, I guess that doubly sealed the deal. I forgot Gruul Spellbreaker had hexproof. Well, that was a game where I think Llanowar Waste was almost purely the reason we lost. If that was a land that didn't cost us life for every spell, I'd have to go back and count, but I imagine it was close to 10 life. We took, what, like 1 Gruul Spellbreaker hit before this turn, is the only damage that we actually took. So I think we spent about 10 life, or maybe more, because we got a Blood Artist trigger or two. But yeah, I think that was pretty much the reason that we ended up losing, was the budget mana. And, I mean, it's turn 7 before we hit our second white source, so that was also a little rough. If you look at our graveyard, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 creatures that could come back with 1, 2, 3 Blood Artists. So that's in the 30-ish range of damage, and it would be even more if we hit another land next turn for this to rally for 3. So, well, yeah. I mean, game 1, we got janked out by Lone Rider. Game 2, couldn't find the white mana, and paid a lot of life to Llanowar Waste. Yeah. All right. So what did we learn this week about Abzan Rally in Modern? And overall, we went 3-2 in our video games. There was another match that we lost to Control, so like 3-3 overall, which for a budget deck, that's pretty reasonable. And even more reasonable when you consider at least 1 or 2 of our losses kind of was just our budget mana. The last game in specific, oh my god, against Naya, we took like 10 or 15 damage off of our pain lands, and that was kind of what swung the game, and that's just kind of the cost of playing budget decks. When you build on a $100 budget, and that's actually one of the biggest things. If you play a budget deck against a non-budget deck, that's kind of how it goes. In a huge percentage of the matchups, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But then every once in a while, you're going to have a game where you draw double pain lands, you got to activate them every single turn, and it ends up killing you. So you lose these small percentage points, but you gain the fact that you only spend $91 on a deck instead of like $800. So I think it's worth it to play budget in a lot of senses. Just financially speaking, sure, if you're going to try to win a Pro Tour, win a GP, then that small percentage you're giving up by pain landing yourself to death or whatever, then it's a big deal. But if you're playing at an F&M, playing at your kitchen table, whatever, it's much better, I think, to sometimes lose a game you would have won with fetch lands and chalk lands than to spend X10 to buy the deck. So, mana base aside, the deck functioned really well. Having a ton of Blood Artists was super effective. It was surprising how efficient we are at setting up our graveyard. We were getting like turn 4, turn 5 kills, which isn't super fast for Modern, but when you consider we just have a million chump blockers and the deck is so good, which we saw against like Death Shadow and Mono Green Snobby, just putting random bodies on the battlefield, sacking those bodies for Scry to grow our Carrion Feeder, maybe get some Blood Artist triggers, and then eventually finding our rally to win the game, that we can survive really well against the fair decks. I think that is our strength. Against fair decks, we just grind them into oblivion. Unfair decks can be a bit more challenging, especially with the budget sideboard options, but Rally the Ancestors, it is absolutely bonkers. When we resolve it, it is so insane and so powerful, and I think if I was going to make any change to the budget build of the deck, I think the easiest one is maybe another Eternal Witness or two. The other way that we lost, outside of sometimes having our mana be clunky, is having a hard time finding Rally the Ancestors. We do all this work to set up our graveyard, set up the combo kill, but we really need to draw Rally for it to work, and having Eternal Witnesses to get back rallies that we mill, it seems really valuable, because that's kind of the pinch on the deck. We have so much redundancy with our Blood Artists, with our graveyard fillers, with our sack outlets, that the pinch is on hitting Rally the Ancestors, so more Eternal Witnesses is like weird copies of Rally the Ancestors. By getting Rally from the graveyard, I think that might help improve the deck a little bit, or at least minimize those games where we don't hit the Rally, because those games are really sad when you can see the kill sitting there, and you can see all the creatures in the graveyard, all the Blood Artists, everything ready to win the game, but just can't find the Rally of the Ancestors. So I really like this deck. I love me some Satyr Wayfinder. I love kind of fairish, grindy graveyard decks. I love Aristocrat-style decks. This deck combines them all together, and I really think this is a time when Rally can shine in Modern. With the bannings, we didn't run into much graveyard hate. I think this is the ideal opportunity to sneak in with something like Abzan Rally, do the jump blocking, stock the graveyard, find the Rally, win the game. So if you're looking for something different to play, I feel like this is a good opportunity to rally people up in Modern. So anyway, that's been Abzan Rally. That's been our budget magic for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.